ってのは行くことが大事なの。来てさえくれればあとは全部私に任せればいいよ。ふわーぷよーんぷよよーんはあとっとっと。一人で何かに挑むとき不可能なことはいっぱいある。でもみんなで挑めば不可能だって可能になる。避けられる。
I mean, Ito's kind of shit, but whatever, I guess. Furina and Nuvolette and Navia should be able to easily crush it. Yep, fucking destroyed it. Now, I bet I bet I did even more damage than Ito, which is kind of sad. Because like I'm obviously, because you might think, well, you were just running around doing nothing. Technically, it was my little buddies doing it. Um, whenever I had my attack buddies active and they were the ones doing damage, I bet I did more damage than Ito. I bet my little minions, Furina minions, did more damage than Ito. Like that's just how much Ito sucks. He just sucks so much. It's just like, oh. Like, and I've tried him. Like, there have been trials with him, and I guess maybe like it's because they don't have him built properly, or they just have him built generically. Maybe that's why he sucks. But like, it's like you put him in like the team that should be good at. Like, you put him with Goro, you put him like you do mono geo defense scaling shit, and it's just like they just it just I don't know. It feels weak because it's the kind of thing where like Geo, I mean, just is kind of weak, right? Like this is why Electro was so bad, or it was in such a rough place for such a long time, is because the Electro reactions were kind of shit, right? Like the Electro reactions before Dendro came into existence were kind of bad. They weren't great. They only did a few things here and there. Like with Electro reaction with ice was just superconduct. I don't think it did any actual damage. It just lowered physical resistance. But like physical was never really an amazing place either. So yeah, he was just like Electro was just kind of was kind of in a rough spot because like with Cryo, they weren't really great because like they were just physical resistance, which is good for like a lot of basic attacks, sure. Like it's good for people who use basic attacks. It's not terrible, but like all it is a debuff. Like that's it. It's only a debuff. Electro with water is like Electro Charge, but I've never seen like amazing, like huge. I mean, I guess technically that's what the Taser is, the Taser comps. And so Taser comps do exist, but like that was before Dendro. Like it's only damaging because let's see, Electro. Oh, I guess yeah, and there was Pyro. So Electro and Pyro, it wasn't terrible exactly. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't amazing either. Like, because like the problem with Overloaded was just the fact that it blew away enemies. So like before Yoimiya came into existence, it was just rough. I think because pretty much every Pyro user at the time, every Pyro user was like melee. So it's like great, awesome. You're applying your melee damage to them.
So I think the violation was you're not supposed to
Your
like your element of research, you're funding money to personally impact the
There you go. Cool. As long as water doesn't touch me. But yeah, if you're like it was all just pyro melee, so it's like every time you trigger an overload, you're blasting them away. And like the only reason Arlecchino even kind of works as pyro melee is because her scythe actually does has a big swath of damage. It does so much AoE damage that it's actually still viable, which is like crazy to think about. Like the fact that her normal attacks cover such a wide enough area that she can still actually. Oh fuck! I got attacked. God damn it! Oops, crap. Stupid me. I was dumb. I mean, these guys were dumb because they were all focused. They were all chilling. Yeah, well. These guys were dumb because they were in melee range. It's like, don't be in melee range. When you're all in melee range. Now, I'm surprised I shouldn't have gotten hit by I shouldn't have gotten hit by that, but it's also kind of stupid because she's like, she's trying to protect them from melee range. She's trying to protect them from melee range, which is like, don't because you're in there in melee range, they're staying in melee range, and so because they're staying in melee range, they're attracting all of the things. They're just taking all the things. It's like, yeah, like it's incredibly stupid to stay in melee range when that's happening. Like it's so fucking stupid to be melee. Like it's really bad. You should not be melee. Where am I? Like you just shouldn't. Oh, she's dead. So she still counts as dead?
Ultimately, all of these things are so opaque in the sense that you should know that.
I mean, that's not helpful because like they're gonna die anyway. Like you have to be able to not die when his tail goes under. So the name of the game is get the fuck out, right? Now I was a little too fast and loose. I was a little too fast and loose. I should have. No, that was the weird thing. Is like I shouldn't have gotten hit by the first one. I was surprised by that. Like I thought I dodged at the right time. I thought like I dodged out of it at the right time too. So it's super weird for me that I got hit by that. I did not think I would.
It's sort of this effort, and we're waiting for Regulator to figure it out. Finally, Regulator just stepped on the scene, but right now it's just this kind of wild we're just having to trust these baby offshore and the element too. I mean, they're fine. There's a lot of different.
Yeah, and the only reason I was like, God damn it. Okay, fuck it. Let's go, run. Okay, whatever. I wasn't able to push damage because I was so fucking low on health and they weren't. And we all had no energy, so it sucks. So if I was able to get a few shots in, but I wasn't being healed, so I'm like, I don't want to use up my... Because I could use my food. Get out. Yeah, I could use my food, right? But I don't want to use all my food because if I need, because like the only thing I can reliably cure myself if I get afflicted by anything, which is here's the rough time where it's like there's no indicator for where the bubbles appear. Thank God. Okay. So if you can avoid them appearing directly in your face, you're fine. But that's the problem. You have to avoid them getting right in your face. Yeah, Ben, that's pretty much fucked. So, yeah, like, the name of the game for this would be stay the fuck away from each other, right? Now, you could try to, like, oh, I'm going to push damage. Yeah, it could work, right? And if we can push damage here hard enough. Okay, or we should be fine. No matter, even if we all die at this point. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we were able to push damage. Like, it was bad luck. They died. Mostly, I blame them. It's all their fault. But oh, cool! A lot, nice. Okay, so I spent my resin at the very least, but I need to take a short break. So I will zip over back to Emilie, or Sumer, to do Emilie's quest. I'll get ready to do it because I am going to do it next. I need to spend my resin. So I'll just go back over to the hotel again, and then just chill in front of it while I get my other shit done.
波を追いかけて走ったことある？やってみたい？やってみようよ。ほら今すぐ行こう。一緒にいい感じの海辺を探してあげるよ。うわーぽよーんぽよよーんうわーとっとっと。一人で何かに挑むとき、不可能なことはいっぱいある。でもみんなで挑めば不可能だって可能になる。遊びに行くってのは行くことが大事なの。来てさえくれればあとは全部私に任せればいいよ。一人で何かに挑むとき不可能なことはいっぱいある。でもみんなで挑めば不可能だって可能になる。わあぽよぽよよーわあとっとっと。遊びに行くってのは行くことが大事なの。来てさえくれればあとは全部私に任せればいいよ。うわーぽよーんぽよよーんうわーとっとっと。 よーんぽよよーんわあとっとっと。一人で何かに挑むとき不可能なことはいっぱいある。でもみんなで挑めば不可能だって可能になる。わあぷよぷよよわあ遊びに行くってのは行くことが大事なの。来てさえくれればあとは全部私に任せればいいよ。一人で何かに挑むとき不可能なことはいっぱいある。でもみんなで挑めば不可能だって可能になる。うわあぷよーんぷよよーんわあとっとっと。波を追いかけて走ったことある？やってみたい？やってみようよ。ほら今すぐ行こう。一緒にいい感じの海辺を探してあげるよ。一人で何かに挑むとき不可能なことはいっぱいある。でもみんなで挑めば不可能だって可能になる。うわあぷよーんぷよよーんわあとっとっと。 感じの海辺を探してあげるよ。うわー、ぽよーんぽよよーんうわー、とっとっと。一人で何かに挑むとき、不可能なことはいっぱいある。でもみんなで挑めば不可能だって可能になる。うわー、ぽよーんぽよよーんうわー、とっとっと。うわー、ぽよーんぽよよーんうわー、遊びに行くってのは行くことが大事なの。来てさえくれればあとは全部私に任せればいいよ。うわー、ぽよーんぽよよーんうわー、とっとっと。波を追いかけて走ったことある？やってみたい？やってみようよ。ほら今すぐ行こう。一緒にいい感じの海辺を探してあげるよ。 びに行くってのは行くことが大事なの。つてさえくれればあとは全部私に任せればいいよ。うわーぽよーんぽよよーんうわーとっとっと。波を追いかけて走ったことある？やってみたい？やってみようよ。ほら今すぐ行こう。一緒にいい感じの海辺を探してあげるよ。うわーぽよーんぽよよーんうわーとっとっと。
Okay, I'm back.
えへっせっや。
Oh, interesting. I can. I didn't realize I could select which one. And splatter his dead body with paint. Should be right here. Right in his head. Let's go further back. Get a full body shot. Just center it a little better. A little bit like here. Right on the body. There we go.
Silvan, 昨日の午後から今朝まで弟
エドガーがキリアに襲われてから俺だから部屋に帰った後に話し合って廊下とつながる
Oh, but yeah. So basically, what's been happening for those who have not been watching these back to back, and actually it's kind of hard to do because like I just do it randomly in random parts of my video. But basically, the idea of this is way back when in Fontaine, there was a perfumer who made this perfume made out of a rare flower that he grew, and it was incredibly popular. It was very like nice smelling, I guess. But then also merchants used that perfume to essentially manipulate the perfume costs. So price fixed and just drove up perfume costs in general for everything, especially for this one specific one. And basically, a bunch of people went to prison because it was, illegal and shady and shitty. So these two merchants were two of the merchants from back then who did go to prison because of their price fixing. Now, I don't think the perfumer did, but he did leave. He burnt down the fields where the flowers were grown, so no one could make the perfume again. And he left left Fontaine, came to Sumeru. Now the merchants have gotten out of prison, and they found the perfumer again. And while we were interacting with all three of them, the perfumer left the room for a reason. We went outside, and he was unconscious on the ground with a scent around him. So it sounded like someone drugged him or, attacked him and whatever, right? It's hard to say. He was just rendered unconscious. And they were like, that's kind of weird. So then, the next day, I guess, we went to the sheriff and we were like, hey, this is what happened. Went to the next day, this dude's brother died, was killed in a supposedly locked room. He doesn't know what's going on. And these were the two merchants that were put in prison because of the price fixing they did in Fontaine. I think it was like 20 years ago, something like that. A decent chunk. Actually, no, maybe not 20 years. Maybe 5 years ago. But either way, a few years ago. So he was dead. Locked room murder. I think the murder weapon is the incense in the room. It's very suspicious. I think that's it. I think that's the cause. And I was trying to posit who could have done this. My initial thought was that maybe it was another perfumer, or maybe not perfumer. Maybe it was another merchant who made money during that big fiasco way back when, but wasn't like directly involved, but got screwed because of it still, regardless. So they made a lot of money, but they had to go to prison because they were accused of price fixing along with all the other guys. So he might be resentful. My other thought would be it could be that Edgar is taking his revenge on these two himself. That he, knocked him, not really knocked himself out, but like he essentially inhaled a perfume that would render him unconscious, and made it seem like he was attacked, so that he could then kill these two and make people think that it was someone after all of them. And I think that might be the case because, like, obviously, if incense is being used as the murder weapon, a perfumer, especially one who was kind of screwed over by these guys, would have a motive. There's also like the possibility that maybe it's another perfumer. Maybe like he had a disciple or something who's taking revenge on his behalf, or maybe someone who got screwed when all this perfume shit happened. Like maybe their parents died because of like something or whatever. Or, something happened. That whole price fixing bullshit, costs going up. Maybe like it rendered someone's family destitute, and this child, basically got indirectly screwed because of it. Went to Edgar to learn their craft and start their plan to murder them and everyone who indirectly screwed over their family. That could be it, but we have because they did mention another name. They mentioned Kyria, so that could be it. Could be someone who got screwed over, a completely innocent victim just got screwed over and is now taking their unjustified resentment out on these people. It could be Edgar himself, knocked himself out, and is using that as an alibi to kill these two, who screwed his life over, forcing him to leave Fontaine and come to Sumer and burn down his fields. Or it could be just another merchant who was a shady piece of shit, or maybe a relatively innocent merchant who just profited off of the situation and profited too much, so they got arrested. So those are the three things. I'm thinking maybe it's Edgar himself. We shall see. Anyway, so his brother just got killed. Now he's discussing what he saw at the time of the murder. Well, during that time period.
万が一、どちらかの部屋で何かが起きたら、もう一人が。だが、昨日の夜は物音一つ聞いちゃいない。なのに朝起きてドアを開けたら。
つまり昨夜、隣の部屋に。
And they each have their own room. So that's the thing. They each have their own room. Both of their front doors were locked. The door between their rooms was unlocked. And they both went to bed in their respective rooms. And when he woke up, he found him dead. Obviously, that makes him the most suspicious because it is essentially a locked room murder, and he's the only one who has access to the body. But that's why I think the incense did it. I think someone put the incense in the room before the doors were shut and locked, and the incense is what killed him.
それについては遺体の様子。つまり、瞳孔ですが、口や鼻の中にそれらしき液体は残っていませんでした。無理やり飲まされたわけではなく、無意識のうちに一定量のアウグステスを吸入し。
アウグステスをありえない。アウグステスを嗅いだところで死にやしない。ましてや、たった一晩の、そういう意味じゃない。おい、エミリエさん。あんたはアウグステスを
確かに、一般的な。
ほら、そうだろ
Well, common toxins are common toxins.
かつてのフォンテーヌ市場がそれを証明し。
大多数の人間に。
Oh, okay. So okay, well, him being the culprit is probably less likely at this point. Actually, no, he still could be the culprit, I guess. He might have been the one who noticed that August had some unusual effects and essentially could act as a poison for some. And maybe that's why he came to them saying, no, I'm not going to make any more. It could be poisonous. It could be toxic. It could kill people. so I'm not going to make it. And they were like, no, we got to do it. So he burnt his fields and ran. In which case, it's unlikely that he's trying to kill them. Maybe, I don't know. He still could be, I guess, to be like, if they're trying to like coerce him again to get him back into it, he could be doing this as a way to get them to stop.
シルバー、真実とは
エドか。
もうあと10年、20年と隠し通せな。
Okay, well, this definitely seems less likely then. Okay, so then my third theory seems more likely at this point, is that someone got screwed over, completely innocent bystander. My guess would be if Kyria is a person, then it was their parent who maybe got August and died. And so now Kyria is saying, hey, this is a dangerous substance, I'm gonna take revenge. So they did mention that maybe because I think in the story they did mention that one bottle of August was broken and accidentally shattered. So it could be that it landed on somebody who was susceptible to the elemental energy and just died like way quick. So because rather than inhaling it over time, it was applied directly onto their skin in large doses, which killed them perhaps. And then Kyria might be the child of that person who died and is now out for revenge.
許さないだろ
Are you doing this as the one who died?
う。ビジャーヤの本当の彼女はスメールの学者などではない。スメール
Oh shit.
から亡
ファデュイ。どう
すでに気づいていたのか。アウグストゥスの花は邪眼の力。
ファデュイに邪眼。アウグストゥスの
Oh.
秘密が隠さ
So
れ
my thought was that when people with visions like produce products, they are just subconsciously drawing upon their vision's power, which imbues it with trace elements, traces of their own element in it. So I thought maybe if you're, have a vision and you're really focused, it'll happen. But it seems the material itself is bad. Which is actually really shitty because, like, the delusion thing, like, we know how lethal it is. Because that's what happened in Watatsumi. On Watatsumi Island, there were the Kokumi's army. Some of them were using, like mini delusions, or maybe there was delusions. I think it was just I don't know if it was flat out delusions or if it was like a knockoff version. They were still produced and given by the Futui, but maybe not like as powerful as a real one. So I'm not sure. I forget because it was relatively minor. It was still delusion related, and essentially it aged them super quick. Essentially, it was like sucking their own life force to become power, right? Whereas visions might be like absorbing elemental energy from the world, or maybe from Celestia or whatever, and then being channeled through a person. Delusions seem to like draw it from the user themselves, which eventually killed one of our army buddies. So it is interesting that they're doing other shit. I'm curious how they mean it was made by a delusion. Does that mean there's a dendro delusion harbinger or something?
邪眼から生まれたアウグストゥスには変異した元素力が
もういい。イエレーナは改良を続けようとしてたんだ。だが、一般人には何の影響もないし、売り出すのが一晩でも遅くなれば、その分の儲けを逃っ。だからって中毒のリスク。そりゃ買い手が毒。
Oh come on! It's only poisoning a few people, not nearly everybody.
接触すれば害があると言われても、それはイエレーナの推論に過ぎないし、影響だってごくわずかだ。エドガーみたいに大量に飲まされたり、元素力に対して特に敏感だったりしなければ、数十年使ったって問題はない。
Oh wait, he was forced to ingest it? She noticed.
フォンテーヌでアウグステスによる中ですが、
I mean, that's the whole thing. Yeah, there's no known record because it's the kind of thing that would have to be done over long periods of time, and you basically didn't sell much of it. You didn't produce much of it, didn't sell much of it, and it went to like highest bidders, which essentially kind of spread the supply around relatively evenly. It's not like someone stockpiled a bunch of it and is using it for the next few years.
なるほど。道理で当時すんなりと経済犯罪ファデュイ、ジャガン、アウグステス。マレシオセファントムが捜査を続ければ。
I'm actually curious, right? She's saying that discovered a connection between the three. It's like Fatui, yeah, whatever, right? But delusions? Does the Fontaine know what a delusion is? Like, we know what a delusion is because we saw a child literally use it in front of us. And technically, I guess he did do it in the Fontainian court. He did have his delusion form active when he was fighting the whale, I believe. But even still, it's not like they would know that was the cause of it.
スメールでキリアに命を狙われると分かってたら、もう何年もなりを潜めてたのに、俺とルシアンが出所した途端に動き始めた。あのガキ、俺たちを狙ってるに違いねえ。もともと人を殺せはしないはずのアウグステスのせいで死人が出た。絶対にあいつの仕業だ。
キリアって人。ではイエレーネさんの死はあなた方が企てたのですか？
当時、その考えが市場に流通してた。偽ってたことについても。
Yeah, my guess. I'm pretty sure they mentioned when the quest first started that like one of the bottles broke, and I think it probably broke over her. I think she got doused in it when it broke, and she died because of it.
アウグステスの花を調べれば、ジャガンのこともファデュイのことも。でも俺たちが計画を立てる前に。
そんな。
Oh. Yeah, that is kind of weird. That's incredibly suspicious then. Like, I thought she was like poisoned by August herself. I thought like it broke and then because she's a Fatui agent, she probably is sensitive to elemental energy. I thought she might have died because of that. It makes no sense. Like, burning the fields, yeah, it makes sense, right? Like, if it was an experiment, it makes sense to do so. Like, yeah, experiment succeeded. Cool, let's move on. Or succeeded or failed, whatever they were trying to do, I guess. They could burn it, but then why would you kill yourself to do so? Unless it makes it really suspicious that she actually died. Yeah, exactly.
そのことは俺もずっと考えてた。彼女がそうしたのはすべて。あいつらが亡命することになった原因の一つは、イエレーナがジャガンを使いすぎ、フォンテーヌに来てからも。
Oh, I see. So she was already pretty much dead. She was already dying. Okay, I was expecting she was as a cover and she didn't actually die. But it seems like, yeah, she was already dying even before that. So throwing herself into the fire would make sense. And I assume they found a body, but they didn't actually literally say that. Which leads to like speculation. Did you find a body? Or are you basing this off of, oh yes, we got to the fields, they were burnt, and we found her body?
素性がバレれば、彼女とジャガンの力を帯びたアウグステスの花だけじゃなく、だからあいつは火を、花と自分自身に。
アウグステスによってかき集めた富は燃えてない。
大方そうだろうな。あいつは生前、自分に何かあれば財産を弟に渡してくれと言ってた。俺とルシアンはキリアから金を、それからアウグステスの花を取り返したかった。で
もキリアはなんでお前たちに
イエレーナの寿命が長く、イエレーナは弟の前ではいつも厚化粧をし、老いを隠していた。それなら
Yeah, surely if you tell him that, he'll give up on his multi-year-long revenge plan. Because revenge is clearly a logical process. You just gotta present him with a reasonable argument and he'll obviously stop it.
お姉さんが茶眼を使ってたことを自分一人で復讐心を収めるのは難しいことだし。
確かにな。
Yeah, totally knows what's up.
イエレーナの死の原因が明らかになったとて、私自身、自分が無実。
エドガー、あんた何言ってんだ。
シルバン、当時我々が目先の利益に飛びつき、香水ブームに乗ろうとしなければ、イエレーナ欲に目がくらみ、栽培面積を広げ続けなければ、恋に法を犯すことなく、マレショーセ・ファントム。
自分の体のことはあいつが一番よく分かってた。
Yeah, but also, like, the fact of the matter is, it's like, you were the one who said, oh, let's bring it up to the scale, but she was always saying yes. Like, she was the one who came to you with this idea. You can't blame yourself. Well, we were the ones who said we should increase the scale and really, market the shit out of this. It's like, yeah, but, like, she's the one who came with the idea and also agreed with your addendum. Like, the core idea was still hers. It's not like she popped over and you're like, oh, that smells like a nice flower. And you're like, well, I'm going to make a perfume out of it. Can you make 500 million more of these, please?
俺たちはちょっと金儲けしようとしただけに過ぎない。いくらなんでも死んで償うほどのルシアンが犯した過ちは。
私たちは審判官でもありませんから。
なんてこった。今の状況じゃ、教令員が人をよこすまで待つしかないな。それから。
Is Shyam? Is this sheriff? You young? Is this?
博覧会を連れて俺の国の
このままこのホテルにシルバンの精神状態
Like Shyam's the only one we've ever seen, so maybe Shyam himself is Kyria.
に至っては逃げたく
エドガーさん、つまり
シルバンを国へ送り返して審判ただフォンテーヌへ帰る前に荷物を
Yeah, I mean, like, you worked with the Snezhnaya agent. Like, you're still guilty. Like, in fact, she's the most at fault, obviously, because she's the one who. Well, actually, I don't know. Like, it depends on who really came up with the idea. Did she come to these guys with the idea? I have this flower. Can we make a perfume out of it? And he was the one who just did it. And in which case, most of the fault's hers, because she was the one who came up with the idea initially. Now, if she was just growing flowers and this dude came across her and said, "That smells nice. Do you think I could try making a perfume out of it?" And then they did, and it turned out very well. And then the merchants showed up. Yeah, then obviously that's far more. It's you could say everyone's far more complicit amongst each other. And in fact, less blame on her because if she wasn't actively trying to create a perfume with the flower and she was just growing flowers, planning for her eventual death. Although it makes it seem like because she wanted money, it seems like she kind of was one of the instigators of the entire ordeal.
それからシルバンシャムさん
分かった。教令員には伝えておこう。スメールに来てからのあなたはまともで。
シャムさん心から礼を言う。
事件というとまた
そうだぞ。そいつがアウグストゥスを持ったってのは分かったけど、どうやってもしまたエドガーとシルバー。
しかし考えてみるとこの状況を利用してキリアを
待ってください。
明日には俺たちが連れて行かれると知れば、つまりあんたを
捕まえたいわけじゃない。
なんだと？俺どのみち残りの人生は牢屋で過ごすことになるんだ。あいつは危険かどうかなんて
確かに可能な手ではあるな。それから仲間をホテルの周辺に潜伏させて。
それでも懸念は残りますが、皆さん、私も手伝えるよ。
だが見張りを置くとして部屋に他の人間がいると気づけば、キリアは。
ああ、切羽詰まった時復讐のためなら。
そうなれば見張りだけでなくオルモス港にいる。
ああ、だから他の皆さんには影で見守っていただくのが一番。
まだ完全に癒えてはいないんですから、部屋に戻って
置いた体ではままならないな。後のことは君たちに任せよう。
ああ、見張りの配置についてはまた後で相談しよう。ぐずぐずしてる暇はない。手分けして情報を拡散しよう。
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's that incense. It's in the corner. It was in the corner of the room burning. It's very suspicious. We even like looked at the incense thing when to investigate the crime scene at Lucian's death.
聞いたか、エドガーさんが明日連。
そんなまさか。うちの店のうちの子も彫刻を習ってたのよ。まさかこんなことになるなんて。
審判はまだなんだし、あること。
どこもかしこもこの話でもホテルへ戻って休もうぜ。エミリエ、シャムさんが後で旅人。
わかりました。ありがとうございます。ですがその前にリラックス効果。夜はまだまだ長いですよ。常にキリアさんの復讐よろしければ。
Oh, let me guess. Is the fact that I mean, maybe Cole is just especially sensitive to Fatui in general, but it's possible because she was the one who first went to delusion. I think she was the one. It's possible that the woman who made that flower is involved with whatever the disease she had was. I forget what it was called, but presumably it could be that whatever. It could be that that woman interacted with Doctore, and the two of them together were the ones experimenting on children, and she might have been the result of one of their experiments. So she actually maybe recognizes, or maybe not like directly recognizes, but like has heard of that person.
がいてくれた方、実はずっと気になってたんだ。誰にも気づかれずに殺せるなら、兄弟は扉一枚隔てた隣同士の部屋にいたんだから、シルバンを隣の部屋に連れて行って、キリアはシルバンに 肉親を失う苦しみを味わわせて。最初の日にエドガーを襲ったのは
キリアさんに関するお話を聞いた限り、
この何年もの間お姉さんをそう思うと、もし自分が
Yeah, poor guy. Poor guy, he lost his sister. He just has to manage to survive with the millions of dollars he got from that shit. Like, and I get, right? You can't use money, but it's like, dude, you are a literal millionaire because of this shit. You're living your life. You're living your life on Easy Street because of that money, and the money that these people get. Sure. Like maybe you want to blame them for your sister's death, fine. But like, you can't pretend that you didn't greatly benefit from it as well, right? Like it's, and I get it, right? Like this is, he probably feels guilty for using the money because he needs to use it because we need money. So he's just taking all that guilt he feels and blaming them. It's incredibly misguided, So it's a dick thing to do, but that's just how people are. They're very, very hypocritical. Where they'll be like, "Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this," but they themselves are doing that. Or they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna take a moral stance. You did something wrong," but it's like, dude, you do the exact same thing. Or like, you can't blame this person for these results when you're also personally benefiting from those results. Like, it's a dick move.
間違ってなんかいませんよ。事件現場の清掃をする中で、死者の遺族と幾度も顔を合わせてきました。泣き声や怒り、時には行く手を阻まれ。
Oh, so she was like she's cleaning up. Like, was she a forensic analysis? Or is she actually like the crew that's being used to actually like clean up the place? Clean up the dead bodies for the police, not like illegally.
長く香りに包まれていると嗅覚が鈍るように。ですから私は感情シルバン兄弟は本当に死に値するほどのこれらの問いへの答えを手に入れるには証拠集めと審理に時間をかけ、私はフォンテーヌで数々の死を見てきました。人が死んだ後も様々な痕跡から推測できることはあります。しかし当事者がひとたび亡くなってしまえば、
恨みに支配された人は。
確かにそうですね。私だからこそ引き返せない事態となるのを避けるべく、外から彼らに力を貸すのが私たちの役目だと思う。私もキリアさんの気持ちは理解できますが、なんとか止めたいという思いの方が勝ります。先生にもシルバンさんにも、そしてキリアさんにも生きていてほしい。
幸運な人間と不運な人間か。
エミリエ、旅人。あれ、エドガーさんの子。
二人ともどうしたんだ？っていうか、エドガーは部屋に戻って。
ああ、それにここにいられるのもあとわずかだ。
何かお手伝いできることは？
いや、大丈夫だ。それよりシャムさんの方が大事。
あ、さっき言ってた夜の見張りの
そうだ。部下を周辺各所に配置したが、シルバンの隣の部屋が空いてるんだ。ああ、話し合ったが、次はシルバンが襲われる可能。それにエミリエの知識があれば。
とても合理的な配置だと。
俺たちは近くで。
私も行き。
you put him in the room where he died? Like, if the incense is still lethal, then you left it in there.
やっぱりもう復讐は諦めたのか?
Oh, wait, no, we're chilling in that room. I see. So he's still staying in his room. We're staying in his brother's room. So that we can just run in if something goes wrong. But, like, it's so dumb because, like, you clearly know that the guy didn't actually show up. He set a trap and let it, result happen. Right?
それはおかしいですよ。きっと何か見落としがあるので。
お茶でも飲んで落ち着かないか? この前のそれもそうだな。じゃあ別のことで気を紛らわせようぜ。
Is one of them August?
ルリよりもあるんだな。昼間は気づかなかったぜ。
花いけない。
Yeah, no shit. You finally realized. Oh, by the way, there was an incense. Did you notice that? Because like that was the corner. There was no incense. Yeah, exactly. And that's the weird thing. Didn't you literally just come from there? Like that was the weird one, right? Like you literally came from there. Like they showed in the text that we went in there and smelt. It was filled with scent of flowers. Now maybe so. It was like yeah, like. I don't see. This is what I dislike, because obviously it was the incense. Obviously, the incense was the murder weapon. It's crazy that none of them thought to think of that, right? Like it's a scent, and that's what it's literally what incense is. It is a scent. It is a way to suffuse a scent into the world, and August is a perfume, which is also a scent. So it's like this incense holder was like the perfect method to kill someone with a scent, and you know of a scent that kills people with it. So it's just crazy how stupid they are. Like, how do you not get that shit? Like it's not like they're going to catch the guy in the act. He just has to show up at any point during the day to put the incense in the incense thingy, and that's it. Yeah, he doesn't have to be the one who lights it. He just has to pop in there, and hell, he doesn't even need to necessarily do that. If these people get their incense from outside, he could be, selling it to them. Yeah, so I don't know. It's so stupid that they let that happen. And that was the whole thing. I was like, oh, okay, don't. I thought they moved him to his brother's room. Like, no, that's where the incense thing was. That there was smoking on the side. But so yeah, it's pretty stupid.
「そうなるとは限りません。先生の罪は死に値しないとキリヤさんは考えているのかもしれませんよ。だから一昨日も殺さなかったのでは。
一昨日は君がいなければ。
たとえ私がいなくても。
そうだろうか。素晴らしい教え子がいて気にかけてくれる。キリヤは何もかも失った。生きていたところで。
そのあたりのことはキリヤさんを捕まえてから
エミリエ、もう一つ頼みたい。だが故郷から遥かな旅路をたどってここへ集められた花たちをこの後私は面倒事であることは
お任せください。
受けてくれ。これで
シャムさんから質問がある。
ああ、生きたまえ。彼はせっかちだから。
すみません。
What, is she Kyria? Is one of those flowers August? Oh no, I see. There's a Oh, so maybe she is. So she's curious. Hmm. So I was kind of right then, in a way. If she is curious, look, it's the incense thing. It's the thing I was like really suspicious of that was in this room, lit in the corner, and now is no longer there. I think. Look, it was right here. It was right here, and I saw it, and I was like incredibly suspicious of it. And I'm like, yeah, that's incredibly suspicious. And look, here we have the thing moved into this room. It's just, come on.
Like just me discovering.
コレイは心配で落ち着かないみたいだぞ。話しかけに行くか？エミリー、遅い。まさか危険な目に遭ってないよな。うん。
旅人。
Yeah, did she apologize because she's the one? I don't know. That's kind of messed up if she's the one. If she's curious.
正直まだよく分かってないんだが、犯人は一体。
重要な手がかりはずっと。
Oh yeah, yeah, and she was the, yeah, it wasn't Cole. It was Emily who noticed who thought of the incense, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird then, because Emily should have noticed the August thing. Yeah, and that's a stupid thing, right? It's because I knew it was this ages ago. It was ridiculously obvious. Yeah, and no one thought that was weird. Hey, because like you went into this room, you were in this room, right? Like that's what's so fucking stupid. You were in this room before you like you to check on him. You said he was asleep, and here's the fucking thing. It's like, huh? Yeah, there's an incense thing in the room. Like, it was also an incense room in the dead guys. Yeah, that's probably fine, right? Like, the incense moved from the dead guy's room to the soon-to-be dead guy's room. Yeah, like that's like who cares about that? Like that's normal. So dumb. It was obvious that that was the murder weapon, so it's kind of. August is the glaze lily? Oh, I see. So is it something that blooms at night, and the scent of August combined with this, the scent of the incense combined with that glaze lily is turning it into August? And that's why it killed at night, is because it was a combination of things? Oh, okay. So that's surprising. Okay, I was wrong then. I assumed that the incense itself was just pure August. Now it seems like it's a combination, but it needs the incense plus that. But even still, like they should have noticed the incense thing. It was obvious from the get-go.
So, 彼は希釈したスライムの液体を使って、そうすれば昼の間は花びらの隙間からアウグステスが揮発することはないので、誰にも気づかれずに毒を。そして夜になると希釈したスライムの液体の粘性ではルリユリの開花を止めることはできます。つまりキリアは夜中に部屋、夜が明ける頃にはアウグステス。
Oh, so it seems like the incense thing is completely unrelated. Then why did it move?
待ってくれ。それならアウグステスはだが一昨日にアウグステス
の毒性は変わっていませんよ。十数年前も今も全く。
それは元素力の影響を受けやすい人たちという。いやだが彼ら自身もそれで商売をして。
より厳密に言えばアレルギーではなく感じや。彼はある手段を用いて誰にも気づかれないうちに二人を
Oh, I see. So that's why. It's the incense.
どこかで
Yeah, okay, okay. Because I was gonna say, like, well, so it is related.
近日で製造されるオイルや以前フォンテーヌで大騒動を引き起こした原始大会の水には
スメールに来たばかりの頃はあれのせいでひどい目にあったよな。ああ、私もだ。
室内でお香を焚くのはスメールでは珍しいことではないですから疑いも抱かせにくい。花の香りは異臭を隠すのにも使えます。
ここでも花を使ったのか。
いいえ。
I see. So I thought it was purely just the incense burner, but it seems like the incense burner doesn't do it directly. It's that okay. That's okay. That's definitely more clever. I definitely did not think of that.
だから大金をはたいてホテルを借り。でもそのお金ってイエレーナがそれが結局
フォンテーヌの法医学者たちはいつもこう言います。人が通った後には必ず痕跡が残る。しかし今に至るまでキリアの痕跡は何一つ見つかっていません。彼はずっと別人になり。
ルリウリにこんな手の込んだしこんなことができる。ホテルに部屋を取るための大金、アウグス・イエレーナから遺産を相続した。キリアはここからは
それってでもエドガーさんはここで長年暮らしてきたわけだし。
大変よ。エドガーさんが襲われた。
なんだって。
ついさっき彼の部屋から黒い影が出てきた。あっという間に消えたから捕まえ損ねちゃったけど、まあキリアが。
もう一度よく思い出してみろ。その
エドガーさんはよ。
どうやら先生は使うべきで。
そんな今の状態でそんなことを。
だがすでに復讐は。
いいえ、復讐のターゲットがイエレーネさん。
昨日の時点では
Oh.
しておいたのに。
Wow. Then I was actually well. Actually, no. I guess I wasn't right. I was gonna say Edgar did it to himself. No, technically, I did. I was right then. The Edgar who was incapacitated outside was probably still him. I'm curious. Was he always Edgar, or did he just disguise himself as Edgar recently?
ターゲットは
黒い影はリフトの方へ去っていったわ。仲間が慌ててすぐに追いかけたんだけど。
まだ何も起きていないといいのですが、私たちも急ぎましょう。
Okay. Well, this is almost done. I think I want to do it. I guess Emilie and Melania are the ones I've gotten the most recently, so I guess they're fine accepting with this party. My other party has Navia, but Navia's already like friendship level 9, so she'll get enough experience from just being inside my Serenity pot. Okay. Obviously this is at the end. I don't know how to do it. Maybe I will. But I need to go shower, get something to eat first. So I'm gonna go head to a nice high spot maybe and chillax. Pick a high enough spot. Let's see. Can I climb? Oh, I can climb. Cool. Wait, no, can I climb? No, I can't. Okay, fuck that. I'll climb to the top of the cliff and then chillax. And then maybe a little bit. Once I get something to eat and shower, I'll come back and wrap it up. I thought maybe I would be able to do it in one. We'll see though. Like if we're pursuing him into a dungeon, I don't really want to do. Actually, you know what? Screw that. I'll just stop for now. Like I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if it is purely just going to be a. Oh shit! I thought this was something I've already done before. Oh, there's a fucking gliding thing up here. Yeah, you know what? Screw that. I think I'm just gonna call it a day. Not a day. I might come back. I might log in and play later tonight. Let's get more of those. I might log in later tonight just to finish off and. Actually, no. Yeah, I was thinking about doing more of the Natlan's main story quest too. So, I think I'll just focus. I'll save Kyria. I'll save the Emilie side quest to completion for much later. I'll probably log in later tonight and do some more Natlan side quests. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.